Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to Let's Play a little Cosmoteer, Starship Architect and Commander. I'm planning to do a few episodes of this, but I don't think it's going to be super mega long-term Let's Play, for a couple of different reasons. First of all, we're kind of busy with a few different things. Secondly, it is my understanding that currently, while the game is excellent and the quality of life features I absolutely adore, and the core gameplay feels really, really tight, really good, it's my understanding that the content sort of peters out after a little bit and becomes a little bit repetitive currently, but it is still very early on. Well, it has been, again, on early access for a couple of years now, but it's a small indie company, so while the updates are fairly consistent to this game, there's still clearly a lot of late game sort of extended development coming. So I want to put a little bit of caveat out there before you rush out and buy it, that I think this game is phenomenal, but you got to be aware that a lot of people are telling me, other people have played it, say, well, after about 20 hours, I'm like, I think I've kind of seen it all. But honestly, that's not terrible. It's not like it's an expensive game. So with that being said, we're going to jump in. I'm not running any mods or anything whatsoever. You can see I'm on version 0.27.1D, which is the current up-to-date version. And let's go and jump into a new mode. We're going to go career mode, and we can choose the difficulty. So the captain difficulty over here is normal damage. Both ways, right? We're not taking bonus damage, but we're also not dealing bonus damage. And Architect, I believe, is also the baseline for the economy. We've got a lot of advanced game options that we can tweak as well, including Galaxy Seed, and we can choose what ship to start with. They have some different things. The Model M, I think, was just recently added in the most recent patch, actually. Choose traditional weapons in favor of a mining laser, and got some extra cargo stuff. We got the Model L over here with the 3 blasters, quite quick. The Model C with a couple of cannons, inaccurate, but can penetrate. We're going to start with the Model S. The game I played the most with, well, I did start with the Model L, and it was quite fun, but I want to try something else. And what's interesting about the Model S here is it does start with a shield, which is going to be really nice to kind of improve our early money, because we'll be spending a little bit less on repairing our hull all the time. So we're going to start a new game. And what I like about this game is how physical it feels. So we can actually zoom in here. Now you can, by default, I think your hull is closed up, although you've got sort of like window views into our ship, but we can also reveal this, and I like to play this way so we can see the ship's interior at any given time. And we can see we've got some crews. So on this ship over here, we've got 6 crew members over here, currently in the red shirts category, and they live places. So we've got crew quarters over here. This determines how many crew you can have. It's interesting, it's only got 3 beds. Oh, they must be bunk beds. Yeah, I can just see that they're stacked. As I say, this can fit 6 crew in this, which is what I've got. Now, we can watch this fella over here. Oh, I think they just finished doing what they were doing. What I like about this game, as I said, it's a very physical feeling. So this is our reactor core over here. And you're like, oh yes, well, reactors, of course, they power the various systems. But they don't, it's not like a rim world or something like that, where this produces a certain amount of wattage and things are connected to it, which might be a little deceiving. Because let's say we go into the build mode over here. We're going to talk about this build mode later on, because this, you can build any ship you want. We can go and drag and move these components around. We can do so many things. But we got a power meter over here, right, with a suggested amount of power. You're like, yeah, so you just have the reactor and it just powers a certain number of things. And if we mouse over a component, it'll even show the path to the power reactor and also to the crew quarters. But no. There's little yellow lights here and little yellow lights here. The reactor, and you can see a missing one here. The reactor generates these little individual sort of like charged power cells. And then what happens when your crew member is going to take this, I don't know where this person is bringing it to, we'll watch, but actually brings it to a component and delivers it and makes sure to top off the power cells for these components. And as these guns shoot, I think the charge decays maybe a little bit on its own if something is just idle. Or it looks like, okay, it looks like the shields have to be recharged frequently. The guns, as they shoot, they use up charges, and then you need to deliver new charges for the engines. Everything is very physical with your crew, as well as if you're making adjustments to your ship. I'm going to make a pointless little adjustment to the ship, which honestly isn't going to help our cause here, but just to showcase something. Let's say I go in building mode, and we're going to talk about this plenty as we go forward. I'm just going to add a random piece of corridor, which is going to require 4 metal pieces. I actually don't have any metal right now, so we're going to buy it from the nearby station when I plop this down. But I'm just going to go and put this down over here. And what we're going to see is we are near the stations. There we go. So some goods are going to be delivered over here. And this component is going to be physically built. There you go. Your own crew can help build it, but when you're near the station will also send drones out to do that. So the first thing that goes on is we got some structure. So we got a little bit of structure added. Then they're going to go and finish that off and build the door. And there we go. Now we have a little bit of a corridor over here. Yet absolutely pointless change. I can cancel this. I could have also gone into a blueprint mode so it wasn't doing a live edit. And then I could have canceled out of it as well. But I want to show the process. So again, hopefully you've got a good sense of the physicality of how this works. Let's play the game a little bit. Oh, how do we pilot our ship? Well, by default, we just right click around and the ship will do its own navigation. The camera sort of locks to it. We can WASD to move our view around. I think you can middle click to focus on something else as well if you want. But yeah, we can just right click. I can shift moves up. I can also click and drag to choose an orientation afterwards. You know, we've got this kind of control. If you prefer, there's also manual. Okay, we've got the strafe mode over here. It's attack, move, follow. Oh, it's this toggle over here. So if I click this instead, now I'm in a different mode. I'm in direct flight mode. Now WASD lets me move the ship on my own. So I can just, if you want this sort of more actiony flight style, you can do that. And who knows, maybe it would be a better way to do combat or something. But the automated mode actually works pretty nicely. So I'm just going to get near this station. And it's procedurally generated, so it's going to be the Malala Station this time around. And we're going to give them a hail. And we get a few different tabs over here. We can purchase blueprints for new pieces of equipment. So in that build mode, a bunch of things weren't available to me because I hadn't unlocked the blueprints yet. So we're going to be doing this across a variety of different categories as we go forward. We're not going to do that now. We've also got the trade thing where we can buy raw materials and sell raw materials. We've got the crew station where we can hire more crew. Currently, I'm at my maximum of 6 out of 6. You can hire more normally if you've had the ability. Your fame, which you can see in the top right corner over here. Okay, you can only see it when I'm actually mousing over here, but it's in this top right corner. You can see there my money, and the 0 underneath it is my current fame level. The more fame you get, the more crew members are willing to join you. And then most importantly, perhaps, is the mission board over here, where we can accept a few mission. The one over here is the danger level, so this is the easiest possible level. So we've got this fugitive bounty. A fugitive voltage class vessel is wanted for illegal activities within the Omega Renedibro system. Authorities from the Fringe Systems Resistance have posted a bounty of 200 buckaroos to be paid to any Cosmoteer that can eliminate it. There we go. It'll give me some fame as well. You can see this limit. If I'm already at 40 fame, this won't give me any more fame. So to continue to accrue fame, you need to do more and more difficult missions. But I think general combat against pirates will also give you fame just by doing the combat as well. So yeah, we can do that. We can hit accept over here. We'll see the quest. And as far as I can tell, we can accept as many missions as we want with no problem. If I just double click, you can also right click. Like one of the things with this game is the quality of life extraordinarily high. You know me, I love a good UI. I really enjoy the way that this game operates for that. So we've got so many options. I can click on it, hit escape. We get a little indicator on our mouse to show us that something is right clickable over here as well. So you don't have to guess if there's right clicks available. And then also just double clicking over here is totally fine. I can even take this pirate hunter job, which is just kill 8 pirates. So we'll do that. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do the pirate base over here because it's too dangerous, but I could accept it now. But maybe just so I don't accidentally go to the wrong place, I'm not going to accept it and get confused. We got some faction conflict over here. So Kabbalah Soul Hunters, the Fringe Systems Resistance at war with the Kabbalah Soul, offering 6,000 bucks to any private contractor who can eliminate 2 of their ships patrolling the Omega system. Requires attacking Kabbalah Soul. You lose reputation for them and become temporarily wanted. But it's good money, good fame. Danger level 1 to 2 because it's just any ship that belongs to them. So tell you what, I'll go ahead and accept that. That's going to be fine. And then we've got deliveries. We can recurring missions if we can get some high explosive missile parts. So we need 210 of them, then we deliver them over here. But you can see there's a timer. I think they generally, these are 15 minutes. Sometimes they're half an hour. There we go. So if we can get this, but I don't have to worry about accepting this necessarily because I might not be doing this. I don't know. The copper might be okay. We don't have a mining laser on the ship. We can still do some mining, but I don't think I'll accept this. We might go and build a mining ship because people tend to like that. We'll also take this exploration mission. Now, what's nice about this is that these missions will actually be completable even if you don't accept the bounties. Like if I just randomly ran into this this fugitive over here, this voltage class ship, and destroyed it, when I came back over here, I could accept the mission and then immediately turn it in. So you don't actually have to worry about that. But I'll go ahead and accept this as well, because at least we'll get some notification when they get complete. So I'll leave the others blank, and that's going to be okay. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull back. pull back, pull back, pull back. And there we go. This is the current star system we're in. We also get these hyper jump relays. We can get hyperdrive engines on our ship to be able to go from one system to another. Over here, we've got all these. These are my quest areas. These question marks, just unknown system, but that's tied into that exploration goal that we've got. And there's sort of a general fog. If we bump around, we're going to find a lot more unknown signals and all kinds of things out in these areas, as well as more asteroid fields that we can go and visit. So actually, let's go and check out this asteroid field, because we might be able to do copper mining and then run back over here and accept that quest. So we're going to move out in this area, and we do have a mission to clear this asteroid field. Presumably, there is a pirate over here. And yeah, I think it sorts the quest automatically based on distance. So as I'm approaching over here, it did put this at the top. So, oh, there might be 2 pirates in there, which might be a little tough. You know what I'm going to do? And look at that. Again, quality of life. I'm going to go for this fugitive bounty. We just know it's a level 1 difficulty bad guy. And yeah, if I click on this, it zooms the map to that particular objective. Again, quality of life very high. We've got an unknown signal on the way, so we'll go there. We've got a radius of vision around us. You can see this little circle. This is how much we can actually see properly. And you can see, there you go. If I pause, in real time, we've got some time controls over here. You can see that some asteroids have become visible within this. Within the cloud, my visibility gets reduced dramatically, although that goes to the other side. By the way, this game also has multiplayer, so you can play this with your buddies. And yeah, if we find any copper asteroids, which will be listed as CU, we might go and mine those. Well, partially mine them, even though I don't have a mining laser. Yeah, so there you go. You can see the vision radius just shrank. And there's a copper asteroid over here. So let's head over here. Hit the brakes. I'm going to make some adjustments to my ship layout very soon as well. So we got a copper asteroid. Now, we can go and collect things anywhere. Yeah, okay, there's no one around, so that's okay. We can go and collect things. There is this button over here. Gather, salvage, mine resources. This will look really good. When we go and kill our first pirate, this, I think, will really sell what this thing does. But if I click on this and then do a box select, there you go. It's going to highlight some little copper nodes over here. If I had a mining laser, I'd be able to get a lot more. I think you can see here there's some more chunks over here, but I think I need a mining laser for that. But there's still some surface copper that I can collect. And then when I did this, you can see this button over here, recall crew, because what's going to happen is my crew is physically going to walk to one of these airlock hatches. Thank you, autosave. One of these airlock hatches and go out into space. There you go. And we get a warning. There's no more crew running my guns anymore. One of the things you can do is over here at the crew management, you can make different roles. Right now, I just have generic red shirts. They just do whatever. But I can set up different roles. They would need, I think they would need dedicated quarters, right? This one is set to red shirts, which I think is that, but I could make another quarter. I could give it a role like tactical or operations or something like that. And with this one here, I could change what they do. There's a bunch of here I can edit this role over here, job priorities, right? All this can be tuned, which is wonderful. But I could have some of my crew always stay on board to make sure to operate the guns or the shield or something like that, or do whatever. But in this case, a big generic category is good. Looks like one crew always stays in the cockpit. That, again, I could take a look at the priority system. I haven't really messed with it too much. And they're going to head out in their little EVA suits, and they're going to be doing a little bit of mining. Now, we can see there's 5 crew EVA'd currently. If something bad happens, I can go and hit this. What it does is it just cancels all these designations, and all the crew will return home as quickly as possible, because I would not want to fight right now, because first of all, my crew would be vulnerable outside the ship. Secondly, I got no one running my guns. I got no one to ferry power around. We got a cargo bay over here. You can see it is collecting the raw copper, stacking that up. And yeah, that quest is still at the space station. So yeah, if we can get ourselves up to 20 copper in our base, in our ship here, there we go, we got 9 copper so far. And oh yeah, over here as well with the manage resource, you can specify what resource goes in each one of these. Right now, they're all just wildcards, but I could make dedicated storage for different things if I wanted to as well. There's so many options for micromanagement, and yet a lot of times, and yeah, my shields have just depleted, they're out of power, and no one's ferrying power right now. There's so many options for micromanagement, and yet it also feels like the micromanagement is optional. Like there's also a lot of options for automation, which I love. It's that perfect blend. I think it's one of the reasons I like RimWorld, for example, right? In RimWorld, there's a lot of little things you can micro, but there's a lot of things that you can also just automate, right? You're not individually giving commands to individual colonists most of the time. All right, last little copper chunk over here. And yeah, if we can mine out some more copper. Although, here's the thing. With my storage bays being so full, a little bit of a low oxygen warning on one of these. which forced them to come back. There you go, cruise back over here. So now you can see, look, it's missing some power over here. There you go, last power cell's back in, and the shields are back. And there is a ship buzzing around. Hello. But not an enemy ship. It would have shown up as red if it was a pirate or something. Oh, okay, let me speed up the game here. Shoop. Okay, back to normal. Okay, that has been completely mined out. As much as I can do without the mining laser. You know what? Shoot. Okay, we're going to go and drop off this copper immediately. I had no idea we'd get that much out of this. This is great. Because then what I can do is I can accept and cancel that quest. And more importantly, I can empty my cargo hold before we go and blast a pirate ship, because we're going to want to salvage that and we're going to need some space for it. So we're going to go and hail the nearby station. I will accept the copper delivery mission, which I have 20 copper. In fact, I have 25. And delivering it isn't turning in a quest. It's actually just go and sell it. So we're going to sell all 25 copper, initiate trade, and we'll actually see our people will go and collect the bits and fly them out to the station. Everything that happens in this game happens physically. I mean, I guess the one thing is that the money is exchanged electronically, as far as I know, but there we go, we're dropping on off. Oh, we've got some other ships nearby doing trade, and we can see the action. Yeah, really adore it. And there we go, copper delivery is done. So yeah, if I go and open up the hailing for the station again, I can turn in this quest. So not only did I get money from selling the copper, I get a microscopic amount more money, but I do. Cool. Okay, no one is EVAing, great. Let's come back over here and deal with that. So yeah, it did mark the asteroid field on the map once you find it, which is great. Fast forward. Oh, I'm still on double speed as well. Now it will automatically kill the speed acceleration when an enemy is spotted. So any second now, there it is. So now we're at one time. We have spotted a pirate contact. So we're going to head towards it. We're going to engage at fairly low visibility range here because we're going to be fighting within a cloud. Now, as soon as we do spot it, I'm going to pause so we can talk about various things. So yeah, we're going to, there we go, we'll pause. This is a very short range encounter because, again, the visibility. Now, we'll take a look over here. I want to attack this guy, which is great. Now, the thing is, and that's already happening, right? By default, our ship is going to move up. I think this shadow here is basically the distance that it's trying to engage at for this combat. Okay, that just centers on there. Yeah, I think that's where our ship is trying to target because it's got a default engagement range, which we could tune. In fact, we will in a second. We can look at the enemy ship over here. So it's got these disruptor cannons off on its angles. Oh yeah, so this one here is actually kind of flying diagonally. We can change for our ship over here, and a lot of things have this little pop-up. We can change our flight direction, right? Which way the ship tries to face forward on flight. For this ship, it definitely makes sense to face just directly this way, but it might be different for various ships. We may also design ships where we fly in one direction, and then when we enter combat, we go in here and change our combat direction as a response to that. And then there is an option for saving attack defaults, which I haven't messed with, so I don't know how that affects. By default, your ship will just try to shoot. It might auto default to targeting the reactor core, I'm not sure. That is definitely what the enemy is going to be doing. We can disable the ship either by taking out its energy core or by taking out its cockpit. We actually might be able to do something by killing the cockpit here if we do this, and then so by right clicking on it, we're setting the target. But what I can also do is I can click and drag and specify direction attack. Now you can see this the red outline, that's the range of our weapons. So we actually got quite a good range here, but I think we would be outside of vision range. So I'll go with something like this and say, I'm gonna try to attack this thing on its port side. Now, depending on our maneuverability, we may not actually be able to do that because this guy may be able to spin quickly enough. But if we had enough thrusters giving us like left and right thrust, then we might be able to outstrafe this past its rotation speed. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and pause. You'll see my ship, you can see the thruster trying to burn here. So we're trying to push away from the enemy and trying to push away to the side and hope that we can get this angle here, and we're trying to target this. What's nice about targeting this, even if we can't get there, we might end up hitting this disruptor a bunch and taking out some of its firepower. You can see its disruptor shot. Actually, let's go and slow down to 1/8 speed to really appreciate what's going on here. So we're gonna get hit, and these are armor wedges, trying to reduce how much damage we're taking. What's annoying about fighting this guy with the disruptor is the disruptor takes out shields. So in another enemy, our shield would take several hits before we even start to take any hull damage, but with an enemy with a disruptor weapon like this, our shield is dropping almost instantaneously. On the plus side, the disruptors themselves do significantly less damage. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the ship. There we go. We've already blown up some chunk of land over here. In fact, there we go. I was going to say I could target the disruptors as well. There we go. We're coming through. We're still trying to just... Yeah, we're mostly hitting this front armor wedge. And maybe I should have just plowed through. Well, I guess I would have had to get through all this armor and the hyperdrive to get to the core. We're nearly there. Oh, yeah, there we go. We're starting to hit the cockpit. That's great. We're blowing chunks of the ship off at the same time. And yeah, luckily, again, it was really good. This disruptor does less damage. I can click on these various components as well. Here's a laser blaster. I can target individual weapons, cancel things, toggle fire at will, turn things on and off. And again, we've got direct control bindings over here as an option as well. We've got a lot of ability to micro. So again, we're trying to just keep shifting slightly to the side, and we are. We're not quite center-lined on this, which is great. Yeah, which is really coming out nicely. A few more shots, we'll take out that cockpit. Let's go back to normal speed. There you go. I think that cockpit's been taken out. I think these... Okay, those are components. Sometimes I think we see little escape pods go as well. All right, so we'll come up to the ship, and what we're going to do is we're going to use this tool here, this Gather Salvage Mine tool. It's a hotkey is G. I think of it G for grab. So we're gonna do that. And I'm just gonna box select here. And again, great quality of life for this. And what's gonna happen is our crew's gonna go out and tear this thing down. There's a few other options. I could have clicked on this ship and maybe claimed it for a second ship. You can also start just building a new ship from scratch because you can have a fleet of ships. Because why not? Why would you just have one? Well, partially because one big giant ship might be better than 3 or 4 small ships. Although what we could also do is have one big combat-oriented ship, and we could have a smaller one with maybe just a mining laser and lots of cargo space, and have it hang back a little bit more. I haven't really experimented with having multiple ships yet. But we'll go ahead and fast forward through this. Oh, ooh, okay. There is a hostile ship within sensor range. But yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, I don't think it's coming to us. If this distance starts to close, I will recall my crew. And then the other thing we can do is we took some damage over here, right? We haven't lost any components, which is good, but this thing is slightly broken. Looks like it needs 8 metal pieces to fix it up. Oh, actually, I think that might be the total cost, because this one is damaged less and it still says 8. And over here, yeah, okay. Corridor, yeah, it's telling me the full cost of the thing. Maybe what we'll do, let me cancel the repairs. Let's cancel the salvage, bring everyone home just for safety. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to repair. Yeah, so we need 8 bits of metal to fix that. But I've collected a bunch of metal from the salvage operation. So we'll hit repair all. We'll prioritize that. Okay, yeah, the enemy ship's not on our radar at all anymore, which is great. And then let me just go and reset this. I'll try to put it in the middle. What I like is the short movement. It doesn't even turn our ship around. Because I think it calculates the total speed. And it's like, well, it would take longer to turn around and use our bigger thrusters, because we have standard thrusters over here. We've got small thrusters as well. Small thrusters are, I think, like basically instant. The bigger thrusters takes a little while to come up to speed, but can reach higher speeds overall. Okay, everything has been collected. Sometimes you can't collect all of it because you don't have enough inventory space, but that's great. Oops, I hit M to map, but that's not how it works over here. So there was an anonymous pirate over there. We didn't actually have a quest for it, although it would count for other things. Let's come over here and deal with another one. Although, hold on, I'm not going to have enough cargo capacity to do all the salvage here. So maybe what I should do is we'll go ahead and turn in this quest. But I think we're also going to take this opportunity to embiggen our ship for the very first time. Or, hold on, we're 24 minutes in. You know what? It'll be the perfect time. What we'll do is we'll come over here, we'll put in a cut, and then next episode, we're going to go and modify our ship. And we'll talk about how the building works, which I think, like with almost everything in this game, I think is phenomenal. So, if you are new to the channel, of course, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. You can even hit the bell if you're feeling spicy. And in general, dropping a like, leaving a comment, really good for the YouTube algorithm and would be very appreciated. I'll see you next time for the next episode in our little, again, kind of a mini Let's Play. I don't know how many episodes we're going to do, but we're going to get through, we'll probably, I don't know. I don't want to make anything. For all I know, this is going to be like 30 episodes long, and I've lied the whole time. We'll just play it by ear. I guess a lot of it will depend on the views, like, and how many likes we get on the videos. So smash that button. Oh my God, I sound like a freaking YouTuber. See you next time. Bye-bye.